What is going on YouTube? Hater back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys can see, the background of my videos have officially changed as I am currently, I'd say 85% moved in from my previous apartment into my new one. So things are a little bit different, but the setup in the background is pretty much the same. The only difference is I have this freaking window, since dang near every wall in this room, it has a window on it. So I can't really choose besides that one in the back, which is what has all that stuff on it. So you'll have to do with that. I think it actually adds some cool lighting from this side onto me. So I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. But not important. Moving forward into today's video, we have some very important things to discuss and go over, specifically with the S&P 500 dipping and falling back down to levels that we explicitly said would happen. So I am excited, but also I'm not excited. So there are things we do have to talk about. I'm excited because of the fact that the S&P is moving to where we expected it to go. We knew we were going to see correction. We figured we would see dips. We'd figure we would see pullbacks within the stock market. And that's exactly what is happening here, as we are expecting to see higher low patterns form here with a bottom, another bottom, here's another bottom. So I do expect this pattern to continue, but, obviously my accounts fall when, the stock market dips. So I'm not happy in that regards. But the fact is overall that we are correcting to the downside here. It is pulling crypto with it. You can see Bitcoin is clearly rejecting from its price ceiling and most likely correcting downwards here. I don't think the stock market is out of the woods yet. We might go a little bit lower. We could just reverse right off of here. I'm not entirely sure, but there's also a chance we could intertwine or intermingle with its actual moving average here. But the same is said with these other cryptos. There's also a good chance now that we are going to be pulling back down, as there is clear rejection off the price ceiling on Bitcoin. Ethereum is clearly rejecting off of its price ceiling, correcting and pulling back down. Good chance it is heading back down to its moving average. And the same thing is kind of being said with XRP. Now, we haven't seen much movement on XRP. We are still trading sideways here. Lots of sideways trading, actually. You can see it clear as day here. Lots of uncertainty. We have a clear downtrend, clear resistance being retested here, and we are creating these. We're kind of getting sandwiched. We might even be able to jump to the 4 hour and kind of, draw some sort of support level here. There's clearly an uptrend here, and we are forming some sort of maybe symmetrical triangle where we are creating higher lows and lower highs, filling in this gap here on the moving average, and a decision will soon have to be made, and we'll see, are we going to be breaking bullish, are we going to be breaking bearish, so on and so forth here. We are still playing out this beautiful bullish flag here, so we'll see what exactly happens, as it does typically leave us to break to the upside. With that all being said, though, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button if you haven't already, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, super quick update for those that haven't already, but I know some of you guys like to follow my second channel here called Hate and Trier, where we talk about rebuilding cars, and it is something that I would like to pursue here on my second channel, which is exciting. But I am in the process of purchasing my own car to rebuild, which is really cool. That will be posted here, showing you guys the process of buying one that has been destroyed, fixing it up, and then selling it for a profit and having fun with it at the same time. So I'm very excited to make that video much later on down the road, but I do have some content that I am slowly editing. I did record it over the weekend. I need to edit it, and then I'll have that up on this channel. So make sure to sub to this if you haven't already. But guys, moving forward, looking at my channel here, you can see we've pretty much been calling for some sort of correction and then a kind of pullback to the upside here. So for the past couple of days, we've pretty much been mapping out, hey, we've been seeing a lot of this sideways trading. A lot of this uncertainty has been happening in the markets here. And then we've been talking about, hey, we're trying to find where the bottom of this kind of bullish flag bullish flag kind of falls. And you can see where we drew a bottom. We expect to see correction down into that, and then a reversal to the upside here. And then we're kind of intertwining with the top resistance. But all in all, I do believe there is a bullish momentum that is taking over this market here, and we should see these cryptocurrencies break up. But first, we do need to consolidate a little bit more here, and that's really what we're focusing on today. Now, within the overall market, you can see we are sliding lower here. We're down 1.79, kind of still floating just barely above $1 trillion at 1.1 trillion. And you can see we're just starting to correct lower here. You can see slightly dipping down on Bitcoin here, slight dip on Ethereum, BNB, XRP, Cardano. Everything is starting to skew lower here, which is honestly by no means a surprise. I truly put it all on the S&P 500. We've talked about this in the past. We're going to talk about it again today. And you guys, hopefully, if you've watched my previous videos, know without a doubt that we have been very much so knowing and mentioning the fact that the S&P 500 has hit a top. You can see it here. I could jump to the weekly. We have hit a top resistance here. As you guys know, we have been in what appears to be a massive ascending fractal since 2009. Since 2009, we've been in this white ascending fractal here, where prices have pretty much trended inside of here, creating higher lows and lower highs, or sorry, higher lows, higher highs, continuously trending inside of here, very rarely breaking above. Actually, we haven't until 2020 when we had mega and major inflation being added into the market, or sorry, mega money being printed and major amounts of money being printed and added as stimulus into the economy. We then had this massive rally to the upside here, which was extremely overinflated, and just as quickly as we went up, the Feds then started to raise interest rates crazy, and we fell dramatically back down where we are. So finally, we're inside, the ascending fractal again, this white band here. Now, what's interesting is typically when we are retesting these kinds of resistances here, we're usually extremely overbought. But for some odd reason this time, because we have the mega inflation, we're currently only at about 50 on the RSI, which gives us plenty of room to continue to pump up. The idea is that doesn't happen. As you guys can see, we're clearly rejecting off the price ceiling. This is perfect. This is what we expected, anticipated, and hopefully can continue to lay out. My goal is that we move forward like this and kind of play on the top. This is not taboo. It's not impossible. We've done it in the past here. You can see many a times for all of 2013 into 2015, we've had consolidation here. It's what I expect to see and hope to see happen moving forward in this year and the next maybe year or two. We consolidate like this, because by the time we're in 2025, we'll be retesting all-time highs. But by 2024, we could easily be, I know we have this year could easily end much closer at 40, 30, 100 points, which would be right here. 2025 would be right here, the beginning. This would be the end of 2024 and then the end of 2025, something like that. But you can see for the most part, we are still consolidating and we are sliding down lower. And I know I'm talking long term right now, but to kind of reverse or pull us back into the current overall markets here, the fact that we are correcting to the downside is by no means a surprise. It was expected, anticipated. We did discuss on numerous occasions that we are now creating a higher low pattern, which is exciting, and this will continue to allow us to hopefully play out to the upside. If we can continue to make these higher low leaps here, we can slowly extend our reach up and up and up, eventually creating, newer highs, something that we haven't seen in a very long time. As long as we don't break through the major resistance here in white, then I'm okay. Now, the fact is we are starting to skew lower, and we could honestly continue to head lower today as well into the end of this week here before we see a rebound. But a rebound nonetheless is coming here. But if that happens, there's a good chance we're going to see cryptos pull down as well. Yesterday, we saw a correction to the downside. This is by no means shocking, especially when the S&P is pulling itself down too. The S&P dropped 2% yesterday. So the fact that we saw small corrections within crypto, 1.37, is by no means a surprise. The goal is this can pull us down to here, opening up a short position that we'll obviously be taking advantage of on BidFi. Obviously, you guys know, or hopefully you know, BidFi is the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. You can buy long, sell short, leverage trade, stop losses, take profits. Everything you could possibly think of can be done on BidFi. The best part is BidFi offers a demo account. Well, not only do they offer XRP, which not many exchanges have, they even offer a demo account, which allows you to trade around with Monopoly money, 100K Monopoly money, completely free, risk-free. And, you get to figure out whether or not you're actually good at trading. You can test your skills. You can test the trades that I personally make, that I talk about here on the channel, so on and so forth. But it's risk-free, and to sign up is completely free down in the description below, so you have nothing to lose. What's even cooler is if you do sign up down in the description, or you've already signed up, make sure to click Welcome Rewards to earn up to $2,888. Completely free, super cool. Make sure to check that out. But that's pretty much it for Bitcoin and Ethereum here. I haven't talked about Ethereum, but I will in a second. But ideally, we're hitting a price ceiling, expecting to see correction, probably intertwining with its moving average. These moving averages should move up to here, and this should probably be retesting that as well. That's the dip that I'm expecting. As for Ethereum, kind of the same thing here. The moving averages are slowly moving up, so I do expect these to move up to here, 1,500, and I do also expect Ethereum's price to move down to 1,500 before we break up. So it's the same kind of movement and maneuver here. Now, I know I didn't talk as much about XRP, but nothing's really changed. As you guys know, we've been invested in XRP for a while now. Long term, we have money in here. We do expect to see the prices swing us up long term, and what I mean by that is on the weekly charts. Let me just remove this and you can see what I'm saying. The weekly charts, we do have trades that we've put in at 38 cents here. That's not the weekly. Right here, we have bought in at 38 cents, right when we originally broke through the major downtrend of resistance here. The second we confirm closing above here, right at 38, that's when we purchased for the long term. And I do slowly expect to see the markets recover to 50 to even 95 cents by mid to end of this year, which is why we've bought in long term. And that's with no leverage, just a small trade. But moving forward in regards to short term, we are inside what appears to be a very much so bullish flag here, which will most likely be breaking bullish. We just need to figure out if that's going to happen now or happen later. We're not entirely sure. Regardless, we are getting sandwiched in between here on the 4-hour charts here. You can clearly see another smaller kind of bull flag forming right here, but we are filling this in. We are retesting a price ceiling, a downtrend, moving averages. So there is a chance we could correct lower, especially if the stock market and all the other major cryptos pull itself down with it. There's a very big chance Bitcoin could do, or XRP could do the same. But honestly, we're focusing here. If we can confirm closing the daily above, I'd say 40 cents. If we can close maybe above 39.6, we close right here. No, let's say 40 cents. We close above 40 cents. Then we know to buy in and long it and that the breakout is starting. If we don't, good chance that we have a short position available. But as you guys can see, the RSI is slowly consolidating itself. And at some point, this is going to pop. So definitely keep that in mind. With that being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.